Okay, it looks like the clock has officially rolled over to 10 o'clock, so we're ready to get started tonight. We're not opening too many items, but what we're opening is pretty cool. First up will be a 2018 Hit Parade Triple Play Baseball box, which will have 3 autographed items in it. And then following that, we're going to open not 1, but 2 cases of Unparalleled Football. Yeah, we like that plan. More is better. Okay, before we get started tonight, do have a little information to go over. We kind of roll through this every night. Many of you are probably used to the drill by now, but there might be a few new faces who are interested in what comes up next. What you see there is about feedback. That is just to let you know my feedback is completely automated on eBay, and that's just so you never have to wait on me. So anytime you leave positive feedback comments for me, you should instantly get them in return. So hey, why not, right? It gives us both a little bump in our positive feedbacks. And of course, the second thing there is to say thank you, because I do appreciate everyone who bids and breaks and chats and hangs out with me, keeps me in line and all that sort of thing. So thanks for spending part of your Saturday with me. Oh, I just hit the wrong tab. I'm going to have to switch these. Let's switch that right now because that'll mess me up all night long. There, that's better. So we're taking a look right now at our upcoming breaks. This is the stuff that's already listed on eBay that's going to be breaking over the course of the next 5 days. So tomorrow night, we're going to break a half case of the Leaf Autograph football jerseys, another case of clearly authentic baseball, and we're going to wrap up the Allen & Ginter. So that will be the last of the Allen & Ginter. So if you're an Allen & Ginter fan, tomorrow night's my last break of it for 2018. Monday night, we'll open a Gold Rush autograph full-size helmet, a second case of Crown Royal basketball, which, by the way, guys, prices of that have gone through the roof. Just came out Friday. It's already up to $1,600 a case. Yeah, right? So who didn't order enough? She says as she raises her hand, me. But anyway, guess we'll only be breaking what we have. And then we'll follow that up with another 2-case break of Unparalleled Football. That's all Monday night. Tuesday night, we'll open another triple play box, a 7th case of Clearly Authentic, and we're going to open an 8-box jumbo case of Topps Chrome, which will have a monster 40 autograph hits in it. Wednesday, we're going to roll into quite a bit of memorabilia there, as well as our new releases. So it'll be a New Era autographed baseball cap, a National Show exclusive edition autographed baseball jersey, a Leaf autographed football jersey half case break again, and National Treasures Collegiate Football comes out on Wednesday. We'll break a case of it on Wednesday night. Origins Football, you know I love it. It comes out on Wednesday. We'll break a case of it on Wednesday night as well. And then Leaf Flash Football. It is actually finally really going to be here on the 21st. We're going to break it on the 22nd. Of course, our break on the 21st, the Make Good break from the original listing, will happen at 7 o'clock, separate from our other Tuesday night breaks. Thursday night will be a single Game Day Greats autographed football jersey, a second case of National Treasures Collegiate, and then we're going to do an 8-box case of Unparalleled on Thursday night, just for a little change of pace. Instead of 16, right? We'll do 8 that night. So here's what we're looking at for tonight. The free shipping break, of course, is the triple play box, and anticipating those items to go out roughly the 24th, which is next Friday. Free shipping stuff I kind of always project to go out 6 or 7 days after the auction ends. Sometimes I'm able to get it out sooner if I can, so much the better. But just kind of count on Friday. Be happy if it goes out sooner. If you do not hit in the triple play box, because that is a free shipping break, your consolation cards are normally going to be held until the next time you pull an item or a card, where I would then gather them all up and ship them out with that. I do track that for a rolling 90-day period. If you don't want to wait and you're in that triple play break, all you need to do is send me a message on eBay, let me know the situation, and we'll get you taken care of. The paid shipping break tonight, of course, is Unparalleled. It's a massive 2-case break. Nobody's got to worry about consolation cards there. Every team's going to pull lots of cards because we're going to open lots of cards. And I'm anticipating Unparalleled to ship on Wednesday. If I can get it to you faster, I will. But I think Wednesday's probably a reasonable estimate based on what I know is sitting ahead of it. So first up tonight, the 2018 Hit Parade Triple Play Baseball Box Break number 7. Everything we're opening tonight ended tonight on eBay Saturday night, the 18th of August. We have our team names on the left, your name in lights if you're the winning bidder, across from your team on the right-hand side. And then, of course, that spreadsheet will go up again in just a minute for Unparalleled. So if you're not part of this break, not to worry, you'll see your name up there very soon. And I'm trying right now, there we go. I'm going to change the camera focus. Autofocus is going away. Background's going to go out of focus a little bit, but not to worry. We should still be able to see everything without any incident. We hope, anyway, right? We can always fix it back if it's not right. Ruben is here. Oh, Ruben wants to do a 1992 case of Fleer football. That'd be a thing now, wouldn't it? Do you have a case of 1992 Fleer football, Ruben? Hey, send it over. I'll break it for you. S&S Design is here. Oh, boy. I'm just going to call you Corazon, all right? So Corazon is here. Randy's here. S&S, you've got the Giants and the Cubs. And Ruben says you want your Siri voice on your iPhone to sound like me. That's funny. Yeah, Siri's got a pretty good voice, though. What is my deal here that I'm not able to get into my box? I'm clearly having a moment. There we go. Okay, so we've got 3 things in here. Let's get our 3 things out and get that stupid giant box off of our table so we can see what we actually have. So this is a Dodger. Couldn't tell you which Dodger. Don, is that? No. I don't know who that is. Let's see if it tells us on the back. Don Drysdale. Okay, you know what? That was my first thought. I was like, it's Don Drysdale. And then I looked at the signature and said, that can't possibly say Drysdale. But yet it does. So here we go. Dodgers, Don Drysdale. You are JSA authenticated. Your JSA authentication also stuck there in the back. And there's some other kind of thing here, I guess, whoever originally sold that. So the Dodgers drawing first blood, if you will, with the Don Drysdale autographed picture. Oh, S&S Design, you need the Nationals. Did you say you said go Giants and Cubs? You're like, no, wait, I need the Nationals in here. I understand. I hear you. All right, this is Francisco Liriano. You know how I know that before we unwrap it? Because, yeah, I cheated. It says it on top of the box. And I'm going to have to look that up. I don't know where Francisco Liriano goes, and I'll just tell you right up front. Don't know where it goes. There is the signature. There's a PSA DNA authentication. There's also a Dave Adams authentication. We don't have a PSA DNA card to match it. We do have a Dave Adams card to match it. However, if you go to the PSA DNA website and you enter that information, it will come up and give you the details on when and where this ball was signed. And honestly, I mean, I know the little piece of paper is nice to have, but I'll tell you, it is the sticker on the item that makes the difference. Like, you can lose the paper, and as long as the sticker is still on the item, it's authenticated and you're good to go. If the sticker were to ever come off of the item, you would have to pay to have it certified again. Yeah, so the sticker is the most important part. I am typing in Francisco Liriano. Sorry, guys. Just give me a hot second here. He plays for the Tigers, it looks like. Let me make sure that's right by going to MLB.com. I guess I should kind of know that since he's an active player, I guess, but I did not know that. And yeah, okay. So Detroit Tigers. You guys were probably typing that in chat, but you know what? I couldn't see it because I was looking it up. So Tigers with our autographed baseball. I saved the best for last. You know I did, because I'm just that way. I like to see my favorite thing last. My favorite thing is usually the jersey. This is going to be Fred Lynn. I recognize that autograph. 9-time All-Star indeed. It doesn't even have his name on the back of the jersey. It does have Red Sox on the front, but it doesn't say Fred Lynn on the back, but we know that's Fred Lynn's signature. And there is a JSA authentication card that goes with your JSA authentication sticker right there. When you get this, if you have the Red Sox and this is headed home to you, please make sure that you find your little JSA card before you toss everything out, because it's usually going to be folded up and kind of tucked inside the jersey, which I did a terrible job refolding just then, but that's okay. I'll fix it before I send it off to you, I promise. So Fred Lynn and the Red Sox was our autographed jersey. Francisco Liriano is our autographed baseball. That one is for the Tigers, the Detroit Tigers. And then our photograph tonight was Don Drysdale. That's actually a pretty cool picture, right? For the Dodgers. Yeah. All right, let me get this put away, and then we are going to be rolling into 2 cases of certified football. Oh, Randy, you hit something? What did you hit? Is the Fred Lynn yours, Randy? I think, did you hit something last night too? I think you did. Or did I just dream that? I don't know. I get confused. I have to think about like who's in the chat going boom, because I haven't sorted last night's stuff yet. So my dad's birthday is coming up on Tuesday. But he doesn't like to go out and do stuff for his birthday if it's through the week. He only likes to go out to eat dinner on the weekends. So there you go. So that's what we did. So we spent a little time with my dad today in advance of his birthday. So I don't have last night's stuff sorted quite yet. Yeah, my dad is, gosh, what's my dad? 83 maybe? 82, 83. I'm terrible with math, okay? I admit it. I'm horrible with math. I think he's 82. But you would not know it. If you spent any time around him or saw him out, you would guess he was like maybe in his early 70s. I mean, I hope I'm in that good a shape when I'm 82. I probably won't be. I'm not even that good a shape now. Ah, Randy, it was your jersey. Excellent, my friends. That was a nice hit. And you said you had so many teams last night, there was no way for you to miss hitting something. Well, sometimes, Randy, the shotgun approach is the way to go, right? Spread it out and hope for the best. So, unparalleled, we're going to find in each one of our box a couple of autographs and a memorabilia card. So we should find 3 hits, 2 autograph, 1 memorabilia. There are lots and lots of numbered things, and after we do a box or so, I imagine that most of these patterns and their corresponding numbers will come back to me. Sometimes I have to look at them a couple of times before I get in the groove of remembering which pattern is numbered to what, because, yeah, Unparalleled has so many patterns in it. So that is an unnumbered pattern. For example, that is Flight. None of those are going to be numbered. I think this is called Shine. Yeah, and none of those are numbered. This is Whirl. Whirl is numbered to 100. So every time we see that pattern, we can expect it to be to 100. This is not numbered, whatever that pattern is, nor is that one. And, of course, we're going to find more numbered stuff. Is this one called, oh boy, well, let's just flip it over and find out. Fireworks. I'm like, I know this is a low number one, but I couldn't remember exactly what it was called. So it is called Fireworks, and it is numbered to 5 for the Seahawks. We always like finding them to 5. That is Earl Thomas. That looks similar to another pattern, but that's not quite it. That one, not numbered. So as I said, it'll take me a minute to get back in the groove of remembering what pattern is what. That's to 100 on Roquan Smith. And we have a hit coming. It's Burt Jones for the Colts. And that is a serious throwback. Was that numbered? No, I guess. Oh, yeah, it is. It's to 149. I just about lost it. The numbering's right there on the card. Super, super hidden, tucked in there. I'm going to lay some sleeves out on the table. Bear with me for a second, guys. I probably should have done that first, but every time I do and I'm opening memorabilia, I end up accidentally sweeping them off into the floor when I'm dealing with the memorabilia. So, yeah, there you go. So Burt Jones and the Colts is first out. That's numbered to 149. It's autographed and memorabilia. A little combo. Always nice to have. This pattern is called Astral, and it's going to be numbered to 200 every time we see it. I don't think, yeah, that's just a weird, I look at that pattern every time and think, is that the plaid? After I see the plaid, I'll remember. So that should be to 200 on Tony Gonzalez. And somewhere on there, is there a number? Yes, there is. All right, good. Josh Gordon to 25 for the Browns. And I guess he's headed back. I think I saw a headline go by today that Josh Gordon has notified the Browns that he'll be rejoining the team pretty soon. Of course, the kid is uber talented, but what's he played? Like 5 games in 3 years or something? Maybe not even that much. This is called Super Plaid. Every time we see that pattern, it will be numbered to 150. Jaleel Scott for the Ravens. And Jaleel Scott is not numbered. But you do have a nice relic and autograph. Ruben, who did you say? Oh, you must be, you're talking back to the first hit then, right? With the Colts. You're talking about Burt Jones. And I just now looked over and saw it over there. Alvin Kamara Astral to 200. And I don't think Carson, yeah, Carson is not numbered. This is Super Plaid again, which will be to 150. There's a little Mason Rudolph Rookie Focus insert. Okay, box number 1 is out. Yeah, you know, that is the truth about Josh Gordon. The kid is really immensely talented. If they could ever keep him on the field, they would, I imagine, really have kind of a gem there. But the issue is just being able to keep him on the field, which they haven't really been able to do very well so far. I still say the Browns are going to be better this year than maybe the line might suggest. Someone told me the over-under is 5.5 games, and I don't know. I think I take the over on that. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think they're kind of getting things together up there in Cleveland. I like a lot of their free agent signings, like Jarvis Landry and some of those guys who not only are good, but are really coming in with a mind to change the culture of the existing players. So I'm hopeful that the Browns will do well. And why would I be hopeful for that? I don't know, because really I'm a Steelers fan and they're in my division. So like, why don't I just want the win? I don't know. I guess because I feel bad that they've only won 1 game in 2 years, and you know, who wants to do that? That is numbered to 100. It's the Whirl Pattern die cut Antonio Brown Star Factor for the Steelers. Josh Allen to 25. If that's signed, oh, that would have been nice. Oh, that would have been nice. So we're not signed, but it's still Josh Allen relic there to 25. So nothing to sneeze about in terms of the numbering. And that young man just moved up on the depth chart, considering that A.J. McCarron has, I guess, a fractured collarbone. Astral to 200. So, yeah, we may end up with a Josh Allen week 1 start before it's all said and done. There's Whirl for the Packers, numbered to 100. Ruben says that Antonio Brown reminds him of himself, but just not as good looking. Oh, I like it, Ruben. This is Michael Crabtree for the Ravens on the Impact parallel, numbered to 75. It's like I never really kind of understood. They call the cards, the whole set is called Unparalleled, but yet the whole set is nothing but parallels. So kind of an odd choice for names there. I mean, I know they mean it unparalleled as in unequaled, but yet considering the number of parallels, I'm just saying. Oh, look at that. Vince Ferragamo, numbered to 25. We're doing some throwback stuff tonight. This is for the Rams. And we've got a couple of throwback QBs. Now you have Ferragamo for the Rams. Like, when's the last time you saw that autograph come out of pretty much anything ever? Yeah, like never. Mark Andrews, Whirl to 100. That is another Mason Rudolph rookie focus. And Super Plaid to 150 is Jair Alexander for the Packers. James Lofton, wow, to 8 for the Packers on the Impact card set. Daggone, man, that's nice too. I like a lot of this throwback stuff. Like James Lofton, if you're a Packers fan, I think you're probably pretty happy with that. I would be, anyway. And I'm a Steelers fan, and I'm happy with it. Yeah, I know it's supposed to be like an ironic product name or whatever, but I'm like, come on, Panini, just it's not very creative on their part. I guess maybe a little. That's Astral to 200. But it's always fun. It's always fun to look at all the different designs. Super Plaid for the Bears. Super Plaid is to 150. There's a Chris Godwin Bright Futures, not numbered. I was just double checking that wasn't a numbered pattern. As I said, sometimes it takes me a box or two to get back in the groove of what pattern matches what number. Randy, I know, right? That Lofton is so nice for the Packers. And lately we've had one particular person buying the Packers quite a bit, but I don't think he was in tonight. I don't think he's in any of the breaks tonight. He might be sad when he sees that. However, I do think he had the Packers last night. Again, I haven't sorted any of that stuff yet, but I think he might have had him last night and hit that full-size helmet, in which case he's probably happy anyway, right? That would be my take on it. But between Unparalleled, which is, obviously just out this week, and Origins, which is coming out on Wednesday, and then into National Treasures Collegiate coming out on Wednesday too, we're going to have an excellent, little 10-day stretch of football. Unlike the stretch of football I was watching tonight with the Bengals and the Cowboys. I just gave up on that at halftime. I'm like, no, I don't even like this game. I switched over and watched the Reds and the Giants. I tried to watch the Bengals and the Cowboys, but I just wasn't feeling it. It was not a good game to watch, at least what I saw. That's numbered to 75 for the Packers, the Impact card set. A Bright Futures for the Texans. And that would be Mr. Deshaun Watson on the Super Plaid. So that should be numbered. Where is our number? Maybe not? I guess not. Okay. Huh. Well, that looks like the Super Plaid design, but there's no number on it. Anyway, it is a Deshaun Watson relic for the Texans. I guess that's the takeaway. That's the important part. But I'm kind of glad that I switched the channel because you know what? My red to 1 tonight. Jordan Howard, Astral to 200. Here comes Josh Allen. We're going to have another shot at a Josh Allen. Maybe this one's going to be signed for us. What do you think? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Buffalo Bills. There's your Josh Allen signature. So that is always a good hit if you have the Buffalo Bills. As I said, might be even better even sooner since McCarron's out. Luke Falk, Whirl to 100 for the Titans. Of course, Darnold is making noise like he might be a week 1 starter as well. Whirl again for the Bengals to 100. So we may end up with a few of our rookies doing that. Astral to 200, Connor Williams and the Cowboys. Now, if Dez Bryant winds up signing with the Browns, that'll be something. Hasn't he been up there a couple of times in this past week trying to work out a deal? Rex Burkhead, Astral to 200. The Eagles have Josh Sweat, and that is that's right up there with Jamon Moore's signature. That is not much of a signature, but nonetheless, that's your hit. Eagles, it is Josh Sweat. Which, I mean, come on now. You can do better than that with a signature. I hate when guys do that. Just give us like an initial or 2 initials. You know, they can do better than that. Here it is. Galactic. Case hit. Titans. Marcus Mariota. So there's your nice Galactic. I know we were hoping that Galactic would be a rookie, but sadly it is not. Super Plaid to 150 for the Bears. Always hope those Galactics come out as a rookie, and like a lot of times they do not. There's Ryan Izzo for the Patriots. That is also Super Plaid to 150. Ruben, you are asking what is Galactic. It's just a pattern that doesn't show up very often in Unparalleled. You know, you usually find it like once every 16 boxes or so. You usually come across Galactic. So there it was. It was Marcus Mariota. It's just the pattern. That they call it is a Galactic. I should have explained that, sorry. But yeah, you know, a lot of times it's veterans on the Galactic stuff, and I always just want it to be a rookie, but a good amount of the time it's not, which is kind of a bummer, but I guess that's why they're why it's worth a little more when the rookies come out. Oh, you're talking about that Josh Sweat autograph. Yes, that is terrible. Like, I agree with you on that. That's a definite shaking my head. That was just... That shouldn't even count. Like, whatever they pay him, he should have to pay them money for that. He should have to pay Panini to even be included as an autograph when you sign your name like that. Vic Beasley, Whirl to 100. That, of course, a Falcon. But, you know, maybe he's one of these young guys that didn't learn cursive in school. Who knows? Here is a nice Lamar Jackson Super Plaid to 150 for the Ravens. I'm excited about watching him play as well. Got to see him play quite a bit up the road from me when he was in Louisville. Stephon Diggs, Astral to 200. Packers. This is like another Packers... No, this was to 15. To 15 with Leroy Butler. Like, this is just like Packers old school week, isn't it? And they're also low numbered. Wow, that's another nice hit for Green Bay. So, rock on, Pack. Numbered to 200. That is an Astral. Bright Futures to 25. Oh, imagine that. It's also for Green Bay. It's Devontae Adams, and that is a nice 2-color patch. So, for the most part, Green Bay is taking it to the house tonight. Of course, we've got a long ways to go. We've got the rest of this case and a whole other case to go, so got a bit yet. To 75, it's Chris Carson on the Impact card set for the Seahawks. The Titans numbered to 3 with Eddie George. Wow. Oh, I love that. That's awesome if you've got the Titans. Eddie George to 3. I have to say, our other case of Unparalleled earlier this week did not have nearly this kind of old school hits in it. And most everything we're pulling tonight's pretty low numbered as well. So all in all, we're off to a good start. Earl Thomas Whirl to 100 for the Seahawks. Ruben, you said that you're an Eagles fan and you would burn that Josh Sweat card. That is harsh, man. There's Des Bryant Super Plaid to 150. I wouldn't really say I would burn it, but I also wouldn't proudly display it. We'll say it like that. That is numbered to 200. It's Devin Funchess for the Panthers in the Astral card set. Yes, Gina, I'm with you too. I love that Eddie George. Well, you heard me. I got really excited about that when I was like, oh, it's Eddie George. There's just certain guys that you don't pull all that often that really are excellent franchise players for their respective teams. And Eddie George is one that I love that. And he comes out to 3. Hey, if you have the Titans, how are you not happy about pulling that? I don't know. I think you'd have to be. But there are whole groups of people that really don't like pulling anything but the rookies. So I guess they might not be happy about it regardless. But from my standpoint, I'm always happy to pull some old school stuff. I'm trying again to do this weird whatever thing somebody was trying to tell me about pulling these from, not from the middle. I still can't figure it out. So I'm just going to go the way I always do it and going about my way. Might not be the most efficient way, but if I can't do it the other way, it's more efficient, right? It's all in how you look at it, I suppose. And we have, who is this? Deontay Burnett, impact to 75. Always have to do a little double take on the impact because it's very close to what Fireworks looks like. That is Whirl, numbered to 100 for the Broncos. There's a little Saquon Barkley, rookie impact insert. And an Astral Malik Jefferson to 200 for the Bengals. I see a Pittsburgh Steeler coming out. It's James Washington, rookie focus relic. I think this is Hyper, right? Looks like Hyper to 25. Let's double check it. Yes, it is. And that is for the 49ers. Marquise Goodwin. Gina, what have you been up to today? There's Gronk Astral to 200 High Flyers. I guess I should make sure he's, making sure the insert was still numbered to 200. That'd be bad if I said that and then it really wasn't numbered, wouldn't it? Minkah Fitzpatrick and the Dolphins. I like Minkah Fitzpatrick. I think that's a solid hit for the Dolphins. It's an Alabama boy. I do like my SEC players. Kareem Hunt, Super Plaid to 150. Bradley Chubb and the Broncos. That's a nice hit if you have Denver. Oh boy, what is your username? Carizzle? Carizzle 2? Okay, let's just get one thing out there. I pronounce everything incorrectly. I'm terrible with pronouncing names, and I'm sure I pronounced your username incorrectly, and I apologize for that. But this is an unparalleled 2-case break that ended on eBay tonight. Devin Funchess and the Panthers, that's Astral to 200. A Star Factor Gronk for the Patriots. Die cut, of course. Gina, you went to a new card shop in town. You have 2 now. Oh, wow. Yeah, I only have the 1, and if he doesn't sell it, he's going to go out of business. I'm sad about mine. You're picking up an extra one. I need to move where you are. Super Plaid to 150, Dalvin Cook for the Vikings. Yeah, I need to live where you are, where they're having more stores, not less. Carizzle, you need Steelers autographs. Well, we've got a ways to go. We can find you some Steelers, hopefully. We've still got not only these 2 boxes, but a whole nother 8-box case coming out behind this. So don't give up hope. Steelers have been coming out of most 28 products pretty often. I mean, they've got a good, solid rookie class this year, and it seems like that it's always about the offensive players for the most part. I mean, they put a few defensive players in, but most of the time it's about the offensive players when you come to the rookie cards, of course. And obviously we didn't take in round 1, we had a defensive player. But outside of that, most of our other stuff, you know, they'll take all the offensive guys, and Steelers had a pretty good rookie class in that regard, so that's why they're in there a lot. But allegedly, it's the NFL Players Association that kind of decides what rookies are invited to the Rookie Premiere Day. And, of course, the ones that are at Premiere Day are the ones that you find usually in these products. They're in there much more often than guys who were not at the Premiere Day. So it's the Players Association over the years that has always kind of promoted the offensive players more so than the defensive side of the ball. That is Whirl to 100 for the Panthers. This is Astral Kerryon Johnson and the Lions. We have a rookie focus hit coming out for DJ Moore and the Panthers. Nice little blue relic there. You said we have no big-name defensive players. Well, I mean, I would think that T.J. Watt certainly will be. He certainly looked good last year. I expect he will be. And, you know, we'll have to see what we get with Edmonds. Rashad Penny, Super Plaid to 150. I mean, I know his brother was the more highly touted of the two, but he looks to be pretty versatile. And, I mean, he did punch the ball out the other night and then recover the fumble, so I think he's going to be useful. I think we're going to like Edmonds. Impact, Derwin James, numbered to 75, Chargers. I just stuck that in the wrong spot, but that's all right. We can fix it. I try to keep them stacked so we can easily recap them, of course. Doug Baldwin, Whirl, High Flyers insert for the Seahawks. That should be to 100, and it is. We have Jalen Samuels for the Pittsburgh Steelers. How about that? Now we've got you rolling, Carizzle. You're headed in the right direction now. I like Jalen Samuels. I've kind of thought all along he might end up being the sleeper out of our rookie class, but then, boy, that first preseason game, he didn't really show out. He did a little better in the second one, but he needs to have a really good next preseason game. But I do like that kid. I hope he makes the 53-man. Hyper Justin Jackson to 25 for the Chargers. Gina, you said you went to Barnes & Noble. They had a lot of Star Wars figures on clearance. Huh, that's weird. Wonder why. Are they just not going to carry them anymore? You don't usually find a lot of Star Wars stuff on clearance. That is Super Plaid Tannehill to 150. Here comes Bradley Chubb again for the Broncos to 75. That's a nice patch, too. You got a pair of Bradley Chubbs if you're the Broncos. A couple of nice hits coming your way. You got 2 Jaylen Samuels cards last night. Were they also out of unparalleled or out of a different card set? Anthony Auclair for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That was Astral to 200. Do they still have a football team in Pittsburgh? Ruben, you are trolling me. Oh, no. I'm being heckled. Or more to the point, my team is being heckled. Yeah, well, we're still standing up there, but it is, remains to be seen. One would hope that we will have a better end to our season this year than we had last year. But of course, I think I said that the year before too, didn't I? Pretty sure I did. Oh, you hit the 2 Jaylen Samuels out of 4 boxes? Wow, man, that's crazy. I don't really do hockey breaks. I've had people ask me about doing hockey breaks in the past. Maybe I will at some point. Here's my issue with that. I don't watch hockey and I don't follow hockey. So I would have absolutely no idea who's a good player, good hit, good anything, because I just really don't watch it. And of course I do watch football and basketball and baseball, so I have no problem with those, which is probably why I break those and not other stuff. But that is a Bright Futures World to 100 for the Rams. But I have had some people ask me about it. I've considered it anyway. Marcus Davenport for the Saints. So the New Orleans Saints are on the board with an autograph hit. Yeah, we're the team that loses. See, now Gina's trolling me. Oh, no. This is Blake Bortles Super Plaid to 150. Gina says my Steelers are the team that loses to the Patriots every year. You guys are so mean. This is Andrew Luck Astral to 200. But you know what? I say worse things about teams sometimes through the years, so I can't really say much. There's definitely friends of mine that I troll way worse than you guys are trolling me. So that's all right. I'm happy to stand in the pocket and take the hit. This is Kalen Ballage for the Dolphins. We pull him out of pretty much everything. So if you're in a 2018 product and you just want a hit of any kind, the Dolphins are usually a safe bet. Oh, Gina, you say it would be an adventure to hear me pronounce the hockey names. Oh, I would just have to give up. I don't even think I could probably pronounce a tenth of the hockey names. Oh, that would be dreadful. This is numbered to 75. It's an impact for the Patriots. And, yeah, I don't disagree with you. It probably would be quite entertaining to watch me attempt to pronounce, or to listen, rather, to me attempt to pronounce those names. Maurice Hurst, Astral to 200. That would be for the Oakland Raiders. For the boys, to 25, it's Hyper Sean Lee. You hope the Patriots are on the back end with their 42-year-old quarterback. I don't know. It seems like they always have somebody waiting in the wings. I mean, since they had to move out Jimmy G, that does maybe, set them back a slight little bit. And this is for the Jets to 150 Super Plaid. Oh, Ruben says at least one team in Pennsylvania can beat up on the Patriots. If you don't think I wasn't rooting for the Eagles, you would be sadly mistaken. I was all in for the Eagles when it got to be Super Bowl time. That is the Rams, Jared Goff. I mean, hey, they're in the same state, so got to keep it close to home. That's the way I look at it. It's like my dad always taught me about conference football. When you get to the part that matters, if you're out, you've got to be for the rest of the conference, no matter how much you hate them through the year. Astral to 200. Not that I hate the Eagles. I actually like the Eagles, but yeah, so it's my dad. My dad's a big sports fan. My mom as well. Even my sister to a certain extent, but not as much probably as mom and dad and myself. But yeah, that was Dad's thing he always preached. He's like, you can have all your division rivals that you want, and you can like smack talk them and hate them and whatever all year long. But when you get to the championships or the playoffs or the Super Bowl or the NCAA tournament or whatever it might be, you got to fall in line behind your conference. So, in that case, Eagles not part of my conference, but my division, I should say. But they're from the same state as my Steelers, so I think that works. I tell you what, Foles, you know, he got hurt the other day, so I don't really know what the Eagles are going to do. I mean, they've got Nate Sudfeld, of course, but what's he played in? Couple of games ever, maybe? Like, he's not exactly an experienced sort of guy. And then they signed little what's-his-head, Christian Hackenberg. They signed him before Nick Foles went down. Rex Burkhead to 200, Astral in the Patriots. And really, I think they just signed him to have an extra arm for preseason games anyway. Because goodness knows, Christian Hackenberg kind of crashed and burned in New York. There's Josh Adams again, Astral to 200. Our hit is for the Bears, and it would be Anthony Miller. So nice hit if you've got the Chicago Bears. Oh, all right. Somebody's going to have some fun with me here. Ruben wants me to pronounce a name. I would say that is Claude Giroux. I don't know if that's correct or not, but that's how I would say it. Claude Giroux. That is Chris Carson, Super Plaid to 150 for the Seahawks. I know you guys all have drinking games set up with how many names I mispronounce, and somebody's just trying to tilt it in their favor, right? That's Ruben. He's trying to tilt it in his favor. For the Ravens, this is numbered to 75. It's Impact with Patrick Ricard. But yeah, I just don't know anything about hockey. Evan Ingram, Astral to 200. I guess I could start watching it, but I really don't want to. Graham Glasgow to 200. That would have been Astral for the Lions. We have a Rashawn Evans hit coming out for the Tennessee Titans. You said that Nick Foles is fine. Okay, well that's good, because what I had heard is that he bummed up his shoulder and they didn't think he was maybe going to be playing ready game one. And of course Carson Wentz, they're saying they don't know if it's going to be ready game one. Dalvin Cook, whirl for the Vikings. I don't have to worry about the Patriots being the Steelers this year because the Dolphins are going to win. All right, well, we'll see how that shakes out. Dante Pettis, whirl for the 49ers. The Steelers, Juju Smith-Schuster. I love that kid. The little relic coming out for my Pittsburgh Steelers. And that is case number 1 of 2. So now we got to crack into case number 2. I have to do it all over again, except, you know what, I have to rearrange some things so I can set this where I can get everything out. Hold for a moment, please, while I move our hits slightly out of the way so I can get in here and get our boxes out of here. I think I just missed the seam on that, didn't I? Maybe halfway. Good enough. We can still get in it. Look at that. I don't know who the Eagles have week 1. Who do the Eagles play week 1? Does anybody know? I mean, there's a chance that Carson Wentz could be back and be ready by week 1, but they were kind of making noises like they thought it might be rushing him a little bit. So that was my concern when Nick Foles had his little spill, and then they were saying he might not be ready week 1, that they would then try to rush Carson Wentz, and that would be a mistake. I think they should have learned something from the Colts and the Andrew Luck saga. 2 different injuries, but same kind of philosophy, i.e. don't let your star quarterback play hurt, being the point. You know what? I think that James Washington has looked really good in the preseason. And I expected him to look really good in the preseason, and I'm glad to see that he hasn't disappointed. I think he's going to be a nice little plug-in there. And, you know, we re-signed Eli Rogers, too. So Eli's not going to be the same kind of downfield threat. But Eli's good for some quick little passes over the middle and things. I think our receiving core is going to be good this year. I think we're really going to have to worry too much about that. James Conner has looked good as far as running back. Jalen, I would like to see a little more out of. But as a group, I think our rookies have been looking pretty good. So that's my thought on it anyway. And this is Hyper to 25. It's Brandon Brooks and the Eagles. The second running back is going to be Conner. For sure, it's going to be James Conner. For sure, for sure. I mean, the idea is they're grooming him to be the running back of the future anyway, because we all know Le'Veon's, not going to be there after this year. Astral to 200. And then whenever he decides to show up this year, of course. Daron Payne for the Redskins. So it's absolutely Conner that they're grooming. I mean, he had a little rough go of it last year, but he also wasn't on the field a whole lot last year, and then he got injured late in the season, etc. Auden Tate Worrell to 100 for the Bengals. But Conner's going to be the number 2 for sure. Astral Sam Hubbard Bengals. Josh Allen, rookie impact for the Bills. Yeah, Bryant went to the Raiders, and by all accounts, he is just absolutely terrible up there. Like Gruden said the other day, that the kid has all the talent in the world, but he's going to have to learn the playbook, basically. I mean, I'm paraphrasing. But basically, he needs to learn the playbook and get off his butt and do the work. Josh Rosen for the Cardinals. That is numbered to 75. It's impact. Which, hello, what did we say about Martavis Bryant for the last couple of years? Other than, like, maybe don't miss a season for a drug infraction. But outside of that, the other thing we always said, oh, he's got a load of talent. He just needs to XYZ. So same story, different team. He's very talented, but he needs to XYZ. Stephon Diggs, super plaid to 150. So I don't know. Maybe Martavis will get it together up there, but that's where he is. He's in Oakland with Gruden. Emmitt Smith, Worrell to 100. Here comes Mike White for the Cowboys. The boys are in the books. Yeah, there has been a lot of Josh Allen in here tonight, for sure. I don't know what the Raiders are going to be like. You said you think that the Raiders are a joke. I don't know. I do know that it seems like that Gruden is very old school in the way he's doing things. And of course, the NFL has changed a bit since the last time he coached. Cam Newton super plaid to 150. So, I mean, who knows? Who knows what they're going to do? And then, of course, you know, they signed Maurice Hurst, which, frankly, is a whole lot better player than where he was drafted. But the reason nobody else drafted him and nobody drafted him any higher is because they discovered a heart problem with him at the combine. And, like, the kind of heart problem that you could just kind of drop dead on the field one day, apparently. So a lot of teams didn't sign him for that reason, but the Raiders did. And I was kind of like, I don't know how responsible that was, but all right. So I will be interested to see what happens there in Oakland. I would like for the Raiders to be good because I've kind of secretly always liked the Raiders. I don't really know why. I don't have a legit reason for secretly liking the Raiders, but they're kind of my guilty pleasure in football, for lack of a better way to say it. So I wouldn't mind for the Raiders to be good. And I do like Derek Carr. Gina, you said there's an ESPN radio guy arguing that the Celtics should trade Kyrie Irving. Well, I don't know what his argument was, but obviously you saw that the Celtics could play quite well without Kyrie, because they did at the end of the season. That is whirl for the Kansas City Chiefs to 100. But I don't know what his rationale was, if there's some massive trade chip that they get in return, or if it's something else. I don't know. Mason Rudolph to 200. That is, of course, Astral. But I don't really think there's too many players anywhere on any team in any sport that you just look at and say they're absolutely untradeable, because it's all relative. It all depends on what you get in return. Traquan Smith for the Saints. At least that's how I view it, anyway. And this is Impact for Deion Kane to 75 for the Colts. High Flyers Golden Tate for the Lions. You need an Antonio Brown autograph card. Hey, I've got one. I pulled one out of a break last, I don't know when, maybe about this time last year. Maybe it was more towards the fall, out of 2010 plates and patches in a break I bought into, because I kept buying into it, because I'm like, I'm going to buy into this 2010 plates and patches. I'm going to keep buying into the break until I hit my AB rookie. That is Jordan Howard Astral to 200 for the Bears. And I happened to hit it on a night I wasn't even watching the break. Another one of my customers came into the room and said, "You just hit the Antonio Brown rookie autograph in plates and patches." Turns out it was numbered to 25, so I was pretty happy. Dallas Goedert, Philadelphia Eagles. But I think you mean that you want to find one in here, which I would happily find one in here for you if I could. Whirl Nick Chubb, Browns. And yeah, I also agree with you, Martavis Bryant. I mean, I don't know if he would have been quite as good as AB, but Martavis Bryant is an exceptionally talented young man. He just, I don't know, he just can't seem to get it all together. Traquan Smith, Astral to 200. So, you know, maybe he will put it together up in Oakland. I hope he does. There's Duke Dawson for the Patriots, Super Plaid to 150. Always sounds like I should be thinking Superfly. And you know, we've got a bidder whose username in here is Superfly. I always like to see him in chat because I just like to say it. I like to say his username. Todd Davis for the Broncos, Super Plaid to 150. So, Ruben, you think they should trade Kyrie just because he was injured? Well, I don't think I'd trade him just because he was injured, but I don't know what the rationale was. I would have had to have heard the guy's rationale for why he thought he should be traded to see if it made sense or not. Because again, you know, if there was something about either team chemistry, like behind the scenes stuff, or if it was something with somebody offering them some crazy return, meaning I just don't think anybody should ever be off the table. Unless maybe, I guess, you're LeBron James. But he always has a no trade clause anyway, so. Well, I tell you what, Carizzle, I have 2010 plates and patches around here. In fact, we break it. I haven't broken it in a while, but we were breaking it very regularly. Why can I not say that word? Regularly until recently. Because I was half saying regularly and half saying recently. And then I've just been so busy, I haven't really done any of the older stuff that I usually do in 1 and 2 box breaks. But sometime here soon, I need to get back into that. So maybe we'll find you an AB in there somewhere. Super Plaid, Michael Crabtree for the Ravens. I don't know. I might have some other 2010 stuff around here, too. I'll have to look. Astral, Devontae Adams, Green Bay Packers. I have quite a tremendous amount of things that I haven't worked into the rotation recently. Jim Kelly, Astral, for the Bills. The Jets have Sam Darnold, Rookie Impact, Relic. Oh, Gordon Hayward. Gordon Hayward ought to be back pretty soon for the Celtics. Calvin Ridley, Super Plaid to 150. Because didn't I hear that he's like dunking on people in pickup games already? So isn't he kind of back getting close to full speed again? Super Plaid to 150, Fletcher Cox for the Eagles. I think Gordon Hayward is well on his way back. Saquon Barkley just base. Impact for the Redskins, Chris Thompson to 75. For the Browns, Nick Chubb to 75. So we haven't hit your Baker Mayfield yet, but I like Nick Chubb too. So I think that's not a bad hit for the Browns. I do not know, Gina, if you are in this break. I don't think you are, but I don't know for sure. That is Astral Derek Carr for the Raiders to 200. I'm assuming that you're saying that tongue-in-cheek because, you know, we sometimes have people kind of jump in way into a break and not remember what teams they have and things occasionally. So I'm thinking that you're referencing that, but I'm not certain. Bright Futures, Michael Thomas to 200, Astral on the Saints, or for the Saints. Cedric Wilson Jr. for the boys, the Cowboys in the house. Oh, man. You say the only problem with Gordon Hayward is now his foot faces in the wrong direction. That is harsh. Oh, that was such a gruesome injury. You just don't even think about things like that. Just really shouldn't happen in basketball. You should not have that kind of a gruesome injury in basketball. It's supposed to be the safe sport, comparatively speaking. Yeah, Randy, where is Sony Michelle? We haven't hit Sony Michelle tonight yet, have we? Ruben's asking, what's everybody's favorite card that they have? Well, for me, it is really largely is that Antonio Brown. And that's not necessarily my best card, and it's not the card that's in the best shape because it didn't come out of the pack all minty mint and fresh, and it's not my most valuable card, but I just like it because I love Antonio Brown, and I had to try so many times before I hit that card. that when I did hit it, it made it kind of super special. So it is one of my favorite cards. One of my other favorite cards is a Johnny Bench rookie card, but it is well loved. It would not grade well at all. I got it when I was a kid, and my cousins, who are quite a bit older than I, had collected baseball cards, and I was starting to collect baseball cards and things. This is Astral Devin Funchess 200 for the Panthers. And somehow or another, I mean, Johnny Bench was my favorite player, and they probably just, you know, I like to think I struck a deal and talked him out of it. Dante Jackson Panthers 200 Astral. But the truth of the matter is they were so much older and I was so much younger, they were probably just like, oh, just, you know, let her have it. So I traded them some collection of something or another to get this Johnny Bench rookie card. This is numbered to 150. It's super plaid for the Titans. And I've kept it all these years. And of course, when I was a kid and I got it from them, it was probably already pretty well loved when I got it from them. But then I carried it around forever. So, Tremaine Edmonds for the Buffalo Bills. Speaking of defensive player autographs, as we were earlier. So I would say the Johnny Bench rookie card for the reasons I just said. Semi Cobbs Jr. World to 100 Redskins. And then the AB for the reasons I said already. So, those are the ones I like the best. Randy, your favorite is a Hoskins 1-of-1 Optic Superfractor and a Montana and a Brady rookie. Well, that would do it. Those are quite nice cards. They beat the heck out of mine. Gordon Hayward Astral to 200. Yeah, those are some money cards. Like, you almost need to have those insured. That is World Devontae Adams High Flyers insert Green Bay Packers to 100. Oh, Mookie Betts. You got a nice Mookie Betts autograph. Amari Cooper for the Raiders. Victorious insert. Relic. Gina, you have a 1961 Fleer Wilt Chamberlain. 1972 Bob Greasy High number. Wow. So everybody's got some nice cards there. Don't tell us where you live. We might come take them. No, I'm kidding. Andrew Luck Astral to 200 for the Colts. No, I was just kidding. Of course, I would never. I see a redemption. There's Devontae Parker Whirl to 100 for the Dolphins. You know what happens with the redemption. Cruel and unusual punishment. It stays face down until the end of the break. We'll do a big reveal at the end of the break, like somebody was talking about Gordon Hayward's baby reveal. We're gonna do a redemption reveal at the end of the break. You have a 1955 Roberto Clemente PSA 5 that's going to be buried with you. Oh, goodness, I tell you what. That is a nice card. That is a nice card. Let's put I need to put our redemption. Let's put it up there so I can remember to do it, but not have it in my way. I have a Kobe Bryant 1-of-1. I'm trying to think about the 1-of-1s I have. I have a Jamal Murray 1-of-1, a Kobe Bryant 1-of-1. Autographs, I mean. And who else do I have? I have somebody else 1-of-1 too. Can't think who it is. A lot of my cards are basketball. The ones that aren't basketball are either Reds in baseball or the Steelers in football. Of stuff that I have either purchased myself or gotten in breaks myself or boxes I've opened myself, that sort of thing. But then I have a whole other avalanche of cards. A giant, I call it Card Mountain. It is just the most massive amount of cards you can ever imagine that are not sorted or organized or anything, from all the people who don't pay and stuff like that, or occasionally spots that don't sell. And some of them are hits and some of them are base, but there's, oh, so many of them. So there's all kinds of stuff in there, and I couldn't even tell you what all was in that. who knows what's even in that. This is Hyper to 25, Corey Robertson for the Vikings. Your favorite piece is a 1985 USFL New Jersey Generals schedule with Doug Flutie on it. Yeah, I remember you like Doug Flutie. I had forgotten about that till you typed in about him earlier. Pat Mahomes, Super Plaid, 150, Chiefs. But then I do remember that you said that somewhere along the way, that you were a Doug Flutie fan. He comes out of things occasionally. Deron Payne, Whirl for the Redskins. Terry Bradshaw, hey, Astral to 200. Cincinnati Bengals, Sam Hubbard. Big Sam Hubbard. What does anybody know what the score ended up being for the Cowboys and the Bengals? As I said, I couldn't even keep watching it. It was just not a game that I could get into. Ronnie Harrison, Super Plaid to 150. So instead, I watched Matt Harvey, who's turning out to be quite a nice little get for the Reds. You know, originally I was kind of thinking, we just got him, we're going to use him as a trade chip, and now we've kept him, and believe it or not, he's kind of rounding back into form. Rashad Matthews, 200, Titans. He pitched very nice, like 6 innings roughly tonight. Harold Landry, Astral, Titans. And then Cody Allen came in and loaded up the bases with no outs, so he didn't stay in. We had to have somebody come rescue him. To 75, it's Kalen Ballage again, but you know what? That's a much nicer patch than our last one. So you have a pair of Ballage, but this patch is by far my favorite over the other one, of course. For sure, for sure. Impact coming up for the Redskins. It's Josh Norman to 75. Odell Beckham Jr., High Flyers, Giants. Little OBJ relic. Three boxes left. -3 to -6. Yeah, did you watch that game too then? So you feel my pain on that one. I don't know. Of course there's a lot of preseason games that aren't a lot of fun to watch, I guess is the way to say it. But usually there are at least a couple of rookies I want to get a good look at, so I watch them, and I'm happy to see my rookies, whoever they are that I'm trying to track, but I just could not get into that game, so clocked out at halftime and headed over to watch the rest of the Reds and the Giants. Kind of surprised we won tonight, because you know what? Bumgarner was on the mound, and I really was not at all sure that we would pull this one out, especially after we won last night in late extra innings. But we did. If we swept them tomorrow, that would be something. That'd be bad for them, but it'd be fun for us. That is to 150 Super Plaid for the Packers. So I think it was kind of the opposite. I think they were expecting to come in and sweep us. Bo Scarborough to 200 Astral Cowboys. Green Bay Packers, Joshua Jackson. Packers have really had a very nice break as a whole. A lot of good Packers hits came out of the first case in particular. That is to 150 for the Titans. That is to 100 for the Panthers. Randy says that's the 20th Packers autograph of the night. It feels like that, doesn't it? They have had quite a lot of Packers hits in here tonight. Joe Flacco impact 75. Why is Chris Sale back on the DL? What's going on with him? My little man Joey Votto's on the DL too. He's got I think it's a leg bruise. Of course, they call them contusions, but anyway, pretty sure that's what it is. Star Factor, Aaron Rodgers, Packer Whirl, 2/100, die cut. Michael Gallup coming out. You had the Mike White earlier. Now the boys have Michael Gallup for a pair of rookie hits. To 200. That's A.J. McCarron. Here comes another Amari Cooper for the Raiders. Victorious relic. Pretty sure we had pretty much that card. Almost exactly, I think, was our other one. But of course we will recap it. So when we do that, we'll get another look at all of them. Ezekiel Elliott die cut Star Factor for the Cowboys. Oh, it's his shoulder? Okay. Yeah, it seems like everybody's been banged up this year. Kind of in all the sports, actually. Everybody's just had it's been an injury-filled kind of year. Chris Thompson to 75, Impact Redskins. And 2 boxes left. So we've 14 down and 2 to go. I'm just rearranging a few little things there so we can get ready for our recap and to give me more space. You, what did you say, Ruben? You watched a full case of Allen and Ginter break. And to paraphrase what Ruben says, after he watched a full case break of Allen and Ginter, he had a little butt problem, and he decided not to go on the DL despite that. I'm going to tell you what, I won't even break a full case of Allen and Ginter in one setting. I'm like, no, pass. I mean, there's just certain things I just don't want to do. That's one of them. I don't break a full case of like Series 1 or Series 2 or Update, Jumbo or Hobby. It's just, oh, yeah, no. There's just certain ones you just don't do. I mean, God bless whoever decided to break that whole case of Allen and Ginter at once. Good for them, but that's never going to be me. Never going to be me. Take mine a half case at a time and happily go on my way. Impact for the Kansas City Chiefs. And that is numbered to 25. Marcus Kemp. It's as much as anything, it's just, I mean, the break itself would be long enough. That is Arden Key to 200 Astral for the Raiders. But then the sorting and the shipping would be just horrendous. Joe Namath and the Jets, Astral to 200. Here comes Kenny Golladay, Detroit Lions. And a little relic that blends in so much there, I almost didn't see it. Like, wait, what? Where's that relic? Because, you know, something can take maybe 45 minutes to sort. But then by the time you get it prepped and ready to ship and the label's printed and out the door, you're probably talking 3.5 hours. And that's on a break with maybe 12, 14, 15, maybe 1,500 cards. You do a full case of Allen and Ginter, you're probably talking twice that many cards or close to it. Oh, yuck. No. There's another Mike White for the Cowboys. And I like Ginter. but there's still no way I would want to sort that much at once or anything. Ship it, nothing. You got a 1/1 grass card. Yeah, Ruben knows that Gina, for anybody who doesn't know this, Gina does not like Allen and Ginter. It makes her crazy that they have all these other cards in there that you can possibly pull, you know, with all the other categories. Postage stamps and world chili peppers and fossils and whatnot. Marcel Aitman for the Raiders, that is impact to 75. So, see, now Ruben's kind of trolling her, saying he pulled a 1/1 grass card. Carlton Davis in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. See, we're all family here. We all troll each other equally. It's fun. It's good. It's what family does. Okay, Last Box Mojo is coming up. So get yourselves ready. Start mentally preparing, because we are just a few cards away from Last Box Mojo. That is to 200. Gronk, High Flyer, Astral, Patriot. Sounds like I'm speaking another language, doesn't it? Just reeling all that off, it kind of does. I realize that part of the way through, but... Here we go. Here we go. Work it, work it. Collective Mojo. We want to see a big booming hit out of here. Of course, you know, we still have our redemption, so that could be a big booming hit. We don't know what that is yet. I really want to know, too. It's not just you that I'm torturing by not looking, you know? Like, I want to know what's under there, too. But I like to have something to look forward to at the very end of the break. So that's one reason I keep them flipped upside down. The other is because, you know, it's just more efficient. We look at them all at once, and then we go to the checklist, and we verify them all at once, and, you know, that kind of thing. Ruben says, if we're family, then you know it's because of my mother's poor life choices that I have to work for a living. Because she married a bum instead of somebody who had some money. That is harsh. Oh, that's harsh. But you know what? I'm sure your mom married somebody quite nice. That is World High Flyers for the Giants, numbered to 100. That was Odell Beckham Jr. World Josh Allen to 100 for the Buffalo Bills. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Riley Ferguson. Like, will this guy never go away? What is the deal here? Because let's face it, Riley Ferguson didn't even get kept into... I mean, he didn't even make it through minicamp. Like, he went down there, and then they cut him before he ever even signed anything. Kid never even made minicamp. Yet, here's Riley Ferguson still showing up. Did they, like, invite him back when I wasn't looking? Ezekiel Ansah to 200. That was an Astral card. There is a little LaShawn McCoy Super Plaid to 150. Here comes James Washington for the Pittsburgh Steelers. There you are. That's your card you've been waiting on. Oh, Jeff, man, you know it's going to be hard for me to remember that. Oh, somebody's helping me out. Randy's helping me out. Oh, good. Now that I see the teams, I can tell you. Well, part of them. Don Drysdale was the picture. Fred Lynn was the jersey. I still don't remember who was on the baseball, but it was a Tiger. So thank you for that, Randy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, we've looked at so many unparalleled cards in the meantime. It had completely just whoosh, evaporated right out of my head. Impact to 75, Michael Gallup and the Cowboys. Ruben thinks that the redemption is a Michael Strahan Kelly Ripa dual autograph relic. Kind of feeling like that's very specific, but I'm kind of feeling like it might not be that. DJ Chark Astral to 200. We have another die cut Ezekiel Elliott Star Factor. That one's numbered to 200. I see another Nick Chubb heading out for the Browns. Rookie focus. We are closing in on it. Not much left to look at. An AB Super Plaid to 150. And that's it. So here's what we need to do right now, and that is look at our redemption and then recap this rather large stack of hits that we have from tonight. Oh, Ruben. Ruben said Riley Ferguson got cut from his own family's fantasy football team. It is Rashad Penny. Okay, so Seahawks. Rookie jersey autograph impact. So you know what we're going to do. We're going to roll over to the Panini website. I'll bring you along with. We'll find out what this is going to be numbered to. We'll verify that that is a Seahawk there for Rashad Penny. And then once we get that accomplished, we will recap. See how handy I am? I already had it set up for Unparalleled tonight. Yeah, I was ahead of the game tonight. What did I impact? I said, right? Rookie jersey impact, yeah. Card number 4. Rashad Penny is going to be numbered to 75. Which really, I guess the fact that it said impact, kind of tipped us off to that, didn't it? I'm afraid my brain was idling there for a minute. It was kind of in neutral, and I didn't pick up on that. Oh, yeah, you're right. It was Liriano was the autographed baseball. Jeff, if you're still on here, the Detroit Tiger who was on the baseball was Francisco Liriano. Okay, recapping, we have a redemption for Rashad Penny. It is a rookie jersey autograph impact. Parallel numbered to 75 for the Seahawks. And then, of course, as we go through these, you know the drill. I'm not really going to read all this off again unless it's something super interesting. Otherwise, we're kind of just look at the front. If you are interested in front and back to see your numbers and all that kind of stuff, jump into chat and let me know if you're watching live, and I'll flip over the back of any one of them again for you. If you're watching the uploaded version, well, you'll have to rewind if you want to go back and look at the back, because you won't, be able to tell me because you're watching the recorded version. There was that other Mike White. Lots of Mike White tonight. Juju showed up. And Marcus Davenport. A couple of Bradley Chubbs and had a Nick Chubb. You did pretty well with your Steelers tonight, actually. You got Jalen Samuels and James Washington and a few other odds and ends, but I'm thinking about in terms of your autographs anyway. And we are going to look at the back of this because I like this card a lot. For the Titans is Eddie George, and it's numbered to 3. So I think that is quite awesome for the Titans. I like that relic for Devontae Adams. I like this card too. Leroy Butler is very nice to 15 for the Packers. That first case was just really full of throwback SIGs that were all quite nice. There's that sad little Josh Sweat autograph. That's just sad. Nice Josh Allen for the Bills. Yeah, Deshaun Watson. Here it is. Loving James Lofton for the Packers. Numbered to 8. Loving that one. And then, of course, the Rams had a nice throwback hit with Vince Ferragamo to 25. There's a Josh Allen relic. Jaleel Scott. And then Burt Jones for the Colts was also pretty cool. And it was numbered to 149 for the Colts. So there you go. That is our break for tonight. And our recap for tonight, too. Yeah, we're all finished up. But what I will do is put up the spreadsheet information one last time in case anyone missed it earlier. This is going to give you some information here about your shipping dates and that sort of thing. And then right behind that, we'll take one more look at what's coming up in the days ahead for anybody who might be interested and didn't see it earlier. So Unparalleled projecting Wednesday to get it out the door. If I can get it out to you faster than that, I will. Consolation cards don't apply to you for that. Triple Play Baseball, free shipping break, anticipating Friday, maybe before that. And of course, if you didn't get pulled in that break, your consolation card, normally I'm going to hang on to it until you do have a package that ships, since it's a free shipping break. And I do track it for 90 days. But if you want it sent sooner and you don't want to wait, just shoot me a message on eBay. I'll get you hooked up. No worries, no worries. And coming up in the days ahead, tomorrow night, we're going to do another half case of our Leaf autographed football jerseys. We'll do a case of Clearly Authentic Baseball. And we're going to wrap up on Allen and Ginter. So that will be the last break of Allen and Ginter will be tomorrow night. Monday, Gold Rush full-size football helmet. We've been doing Hit Parade. We're going to switch back to Gold Rush briefly. Another case of Crown Royal basketball and another 2-case break of Unparalleled will be Monday night. Tuesday, a triple play box again, Clearly Authentic case number 7. A Topps Chrome Jumbo case, which will have 40 autograph hits in it. Wednesday, a New Era autographed baseball hat. A National Show exclusive edition autographed baseball jersey. Another half case of the Leaf autographed football jerseys. National Treasures Collegiate Football comes out Wednesday. We're going to break a case. Origins Football comes out Wednesday, and we're going to break a case. Leaf Flash Football technically comes out Tuesday, but we're going to break a case on Wednesday. And then Thursday, we'll break a single Game Day Greats autographed football jersey, another case of National Treasures, and we'll break an 8-box Unparalleled case on Thursday. So that's what the days ahead look like. I didn't have the spreadsheet up there, did I? What a dummy. I left you looking at the wrong thing the whole time. Oh my gosh. How stupid was that? Oh my goodness, it's late. That's so stupid. Well, there's what I just, part of what I just read off that like you couldn't see and I thought you could. And here's the rest of it because I am super talented, aren't I? Oh yeah. Okay, I did an excellent job with that. Oh well, what are you going to do? There it is. Now for real. If you missed it, there it was, but probably doesn't matter now. So anyway. Ben Rudd. Hey. I didn't see you tonight, and the Packers were like going crazy. Did you have the Packers tonight? I didn't think you did, but maybe you did. Leaf Flash is going to be here on the 21st. I do have the tracking. It is definitely here on the 21st. We are breaking that first case at 7 o'clock on the 21st, as I originally kind of rescheduled it for. We're not going to have to move it. It will stay there on that Tuesday night. And I will send everybody who's in that break a little email reminder, either sometime Monday or sometime Tuesday morning, one or the other. Just reminding you to show up at 7 if you want to see what comes out of case number 1 of Leaf Flash. And so case number 2 will definitely all the rest of the cases will show up on Tuesday. So that's the deal there. And the Leaf Greatest Hits, you know what? We just weren't making any progress on that. And they were not filling up. So I didn't even put it up tonight. I'm either going to list them on eBay as random team fixed price, or I'll put them up and sell them through chat fixed price random team, or maybe both. I may offer them both places and we'll just, I can always adjust the quantity on eBay as it goes along or something. So I don't know, but something like that probably, because it's just taking too long selling them out a team at a time, not enough interest. So that's what happened there. Jeff is asking if anybody has any interest in a Le'Veon Bell autographed Steelers jersey, or a Jack Youngblood Rams mini helmet, or a Billy Williams signed Cub jersey. If you guys do, he dropped his email there into chat. Oh, and you had the Titans tonight. Oh, then you got that nice Eddie George, man. Yeah, that Eddie George is that Eddie George is sweet for real. That is sweet. Carrizo, all cards do ship from this break. Generally speaking, my breaks do have all cards ship like 99% of the time. If ever it is a situation where not all cards ship, it will always say that in the description. Where you scroll down and it tells you the date and time of the break, and then like right below that, like tonight, it would have said 16 boxes of 2018 Panini Unparalleled Football, etc. Right in that general vicinity is where it will say it. On the rare occasion where I do a break where not all cards ship, it would give you the details about that right there in that little section. So, that's where I always put all the extra stuff about a product, like if something's broken up into categories or, whatever the case may be. That's usually where you're going to find that info. So, okay. So, Jeff, if you're still on here, Carizzle was asking how much did you want for the Le'Veon Bell jersey. So if you're still there, jump in and let him know. I'll keep the feed going here for another few seconds here to see if you do have, if you are online, so you can jump in and answer him. Otherwise, Carizzle, I would say take down his email address that he dropped up there in chat and maybe just shoot him a message if he doesn't reply to you here in a second. And yeah, you definitely have a bunch of base cards coming for sure, because it's all headed out the door. Everything we broke headed your way. So, and I guess maybe Jeff's already gone since he hadn't dropped in and given you an answer. So I guess, guys, that is kind of it for me tonight then. So I am going to head out and start getting all this stuff into top loaders and doing some sorting and such. So until tomorrow night, I am out of here. I hope you have a good rest of your weekend. And, hey, come see me again tomorrow night. I'll be here. All right. Good night, guys. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.